From Salt Lake City, the Delta Center packed as the fans get revved up for this fifth and deciding game. Tom Hammond, Bill Walton, Steve Jones with you. Here are the starters for today. Remember, Charles Barkley now will not play, out for the rest of the season with an injury. Mario Ellie starting in place of Matt Bullard in the Houston lineup. And for Utah, lineup change too. Brian Russell replacing Adam Keefe in the starting five.
The Rockets have a lot of history going for themselves. You know, 17-0 after winning the first game in the series. And what they want to do this afternoon, is match the energy of the Jazz at the outset of the ball game. And remember the horse, Olajuwon down deep.
Under Rudy T, the Rockets are 11-3 in elimination games. So even without Barkley, Rudy T hoping that part of a champion, which he so often brings up, will come through today. Joe Crawford, Bob Delaney, Danny Crawford, the officials, as the Rockets control the opening tap.
As long as he gets a lot of attempts, he'll work his way into it.
Drexler misses on the finger roll. Stockton leads the break. Malone got it. Right over Akeem.
This is the noisiest place in the NBA, and you know, the Houston Rockets have been here before. They know how to fight through it, and they're going to have to do it early.
4-on-2 break. Stockton, Malone, McKinney. Fast break working for the Jazz. Karl Malone with 4, and Utah out of the gate early. Saw the series shooting percentage 45% and going up for the Utah Jazz. Stockton to Foster for the finish.
Stockton will find Foster every time.
Ball away by Akeem. Finally gets Houston on the scoreboard.
Karl Malone in that low box. He doesn't drive to the hoop nearly as much as he used to, but when this jumper is falling, Kevin Willis, a terrific defender, plagued though by the short arms, just unable to get up top with Karl.
He's had short arms all his life. I mean, all of a sudden he's plagued by him.
Should be used to him by now.
Well, a lot of guys have hit that jumper in Kevin's face there.
Hornacek for 3. Timeout Rockets, a 20.
Once the move begins. Oh, tough pass by Hornacek.
Great catch by Karl Malone, and then he knows what to do with it. That's 8 now for Karl. 17-8.
The older Houston Rockets, and that you'll see Jerry Sloan constantly push. And if the Rockets can slow things down, they'll get back in it.
It was a 9-point game, and Hornacek now makes it 11. Jeff
Unit, they got to go power game inside. They come back to Fella Harrington. He gets his first 2.
The youngster from Georgetown with a pretty fall-away shot, and the lead is 9.
The Jazz will not waste time or energy trying to double-team Fella Harrington.
Harrington again against Carr.
He said maybe they ought to.
Might want to bring somebody.
Basic difference has been the types of shots that the Utah Jazz have been getting. They got a lot of layups early in the ball game, and the Rockets were shooting over the top. Howard
Isley over the short arms of Kevin Willis.
Well, they just set the screen wide open.
So the shooting for the quarter. Price and Anderson scrapping for the ball. Johnson got control somehow and got it through.
There's a shooter. I can't catch it, but
that's right.
Eddie Johnson is critical for Rudy this afternoon. He's got to make buckets. Shannon Anderson.
The matchup problems that Shannon Anderson and Brian Russell present.
Stockton lost his footing, but got it to Malone, and one.
Situation, and this is as tough it's been for Malone here early in the ball game. Olajuwon committed to the block, thought he was going to be able to time it, and now it's a 3-point opportunity for Karl Malone.
Stockton misses. Wild pass by Akeem. Johnson chases it down and scores.
That was a great outlet pass, Tom.
Throw shooting teams in the league.
It shouldn't work against them making free throws. Russell slapped away.
3 to shoot. Stockton blocked by Olajuwon. shot clock violation. Akeem playing the D.
Akeem is just gobbling up everything inside. He's got at least 3, maybe 5 block shots, sending them all back. The Rockets right back.
Try to do it again. Same position.
Drexler with the entry pass. Elijah on jump hook. Same result.
In a reserve role.
You're getting a little carried away.
His last game. Give the man a break. Stockton. Malone with a finish.
It's going to be which players adapt to the physical contact down the stretch here. Or which player can do that?
Kevin Willis just punched the mailman's ticket. He said, go for it, big fella. Drexler continues to struggle.
Well, both Olajuwon and Drexler are going to have to calm down and set their men up. Foster.
No fumble for Greg that time.
Well, Foster is beating Akeem up and down the court in transition. That's what in this game today. And defending the threes was one thing that Jerry Sloan really wanted to get done.
Jeff Hornacek, of all people, muscles it in. And the Rockets see it start to slip away. They call a timeout.
Well, the Jazz got a little room right now, and they're going to try to live off Malone.
Oh, Malone falling almost out of bounds with his 20th point. He also has 11 rebounds.
They just got to find a way to stay close. By staying close, they got to stay within 10. Malone.
He feels it, and why not?
And Kevin Willis is having no success whatsoever. Carl calling the crowd down onto the court.
Misses again. Chases it down after Drexler kept it alive, and Ellie lays it in. Stockton missed the layup. Here's Maloney the other way. Quick three. Looked good all the way. Mark Maloney, and the Rockets needed that.
That is not.
Willis over Foster. Drexler steal. Took it away from Hornacek. Numbers for the Rockets. Ellie, Willis got the roll. And the Rockets have closed within 1. Timeout, Utah. 11-0 run by the Rockets just when it appeared that Utah was going to put the game away. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Isley. Front rim to Russell.
Terrible three-point shooting for both teams today.
And Hornacek with a baseline jumper.
The Houston Rockets have to be mindful after every one of those long misses that it's going to be a track meet to the other end. Olajuwon.
Good hands, Olajuwon. Howard, re-entry to Olajuwon. Over Ostertag, and a beauty. 3 in a row for Akeem.
Making him work too hard, Akeem.
Malone over Akeem. And the two superstars are starting to heat it up.
Let him go to work. Olajuwon loses it.
Isley got in to knock it away. Malone wide open, 15 feet. Carl now with 28 points. He had 29 in games 2 and 4. He has 28 with a minute left in the third here. Drexler blocked by Foster. Ostertag, excuse me. Hornacek. Rockets got within 1, and all that did was make Karl Malone mad. And at the end of 3, the Jazz leading the Rockets 61-54. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Price claims it for Houston, 3-on-2. Eddie Johnson, that's a 2. When he had to make the catch, his foot went on the line. Still, he has 8, and the Rockets one more push back within 3. Russell missed it under pressure. Ostertag with the foul. Russell for 3. Houston timeout.
How poor it's been for him. How sad.
Olajuwon. Ostertag got a piece. Olajuwon right back. Ostertag again a piece. Harrington can't score. Finally, Stockton has it for the Jazz.
Babcock at 7.
Russell, pick and roll. Ostertag.
In the face of an onslaught of negative publicity this year for Greg.
There's another, the 6th block by Ostertag. It has 6 points in 34 minutes.
That is the first point of the second half for Drexler. Russell.
Hey, they're going to need Ostertag if they hold on and win this series. A block again.
Ostertag rejected the dream. 7 blocks for Ostertag. Stockton trying to pitch it back to Malone.
5.
Why not? He's done everything else today. Why not that running over the head hook? 31 for the mailman. And it looks like this will be the final game for Clyde Drexler of the Rockets. Clyde the Glide first caught the eye of basketball fans when he played at the University of Houston, where he will soon take over as their head coach. With the Cougars, he and his teammate Akeem Olajuwon led their Phi Slamma Jamma to 2 NCAA championship games. His 12 years as a Portland Trailblazer capped by a trip to the NBA Finals in '92. And that summer, he earned an Olympic gold medal in Barcelona as a member of the legendary First Dream Team. Then united with Akeem on the Rockets, won an NBA title in '95, and maybe the greatest honor of all, one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. Next stop for Clyde Drexler, the Hall of Fame. And here it is, Clyde Drexler leading an NBA game for the final time. And the basketball-savvy fans here in Salt Lake City give him a standing ovation. And that'll do it. The Utah Jazz win the final 2 games of the series and move on to the second round to face the San Antonio Spurs. Karl Malone, 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists, as the Jazz win 84-70 over the Houston Rockets. Jeff Hornacek today with 15 points, breaking out of a shooting slump, hitting 7 of 9. Stockton with 10 assists. Ostertag with 6 blocked shots. And Brian Russell continues his good play with 10 points and 8 rebounds.
Always the war, of course, when you take on the Houston Rockets. Why was it so hard for you to put these guys away today?
Well, you guys keep talking about those guys are 8 seeds. Those guys are not an 8 seed. I don't care what conference they're in. They got a great team. They won championship before. But the most important thing, we always believed in ourselves when nobody else did. We did what we need to do. It was a great series for us to get ready for the next one, because it's going to be a tough one too. But like I said, I think the guys stepped up tonight and played great. Those guys not a number 8 seed. You guys said they were, but they're really not.
Well, of one thing that stands out the most in your career, what would it be for you?
I think standing right here with you, Snapper. One of my good friends sitting here in my last game discussing it with Snapper. Now, that's a highlight.
All right, Tom Hammond, we'll take that. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Drexler, it sounds strange, doesn't it? One of the all-time greats, over 20,000 points, 6,000 rebounds, and 6,000 assists. So Utah advances. For Bill Walton, Steve Jones, and Paul Sunderland, Tom Hammond saying so long from Salt Lake City. Now let's go to NBA Showtime in Hannah Storm.